Alright, peace to the true ones. Now I want y'all to read this. Alright, I'm going to go quiet. It's going to be about 5 minutes long, and then we're going to get into the whole video about the unification. Don't be in the trap, okay? It's about uniting the great mother and great father together, okay? And these individuals are not uniting. They only about one thing right now, and they're missing the whole point of the unification of the queendom and kingdom. All right, so it's gonna be quiet for a little while. Y'all read this, and then we go get right into the rest of the video and why I'm making this. All right, peace to the true ones. I am your second oldest ancestor. We don't want Hoover. What the fuck? See how disorganized that storm got after they started lying about the storm being because of Hoover? We disorganized the fuck out of that storm because they was lying. And you know who the charlatan is? Them, Rod Hayes. The charlatans, look what a charlatan is. You see that Charlottetown circle? That's where we pushed the hurricane to. After it started to fall apart, we pushed it to Charlottetown, which is charlatan. to send them a message. And it's a person falsely claiming to have special knowledge or a skill, a fraud. Peace to the true ones. Let's get into it. Alright, peace to the true ones. We about to get into it.
Correct. I do what I want. Yeah, I'm popping.
Hey.
They say that's how you live when you got it so.
Listen, I wasn't gonna say anything about this because people always put their foot in their mouth. And when they're trying to prove themselves right, they end up proving themselves wrong. And like I told you, I always inbox everyone who I think has potential to change. And she's one of the individuals. Y'all might know her on YouTube as Dria Talk. And one time I was in her chat and I was explaining to her that the Great Mother doesn't do anything without her husband, the Great Father, who has always been with her in existence. So, yeah, and the Great Mother just manifested him physically for a reason. She manifested both of them together for a reason because they work hand in hand together. The Great Mother and the Great Father. This is what this is all about. Uniting the queendom and kingdom. Uniting the Great Mother and Great Father together. And she does not, she hates the Great Father. She has since the fall of us in ancient times, right? She's always hated the Great Father. Because not all of the masculine principle was evil. It was only a certain few. Not all of them were. And matter of fact, when the fall happened, it was the masculine principle that fought for the Great Mother to put her back on her throne when everybody was wilding out. The black man was actually the last individuals on this planet to turn their backs on the Great Mother. And I told you the first were the Japanese. The Japanese were the first, but the black men were the last to turn their backs on the Great Mother. Okay? And of course, the Great Father never ever turned his back on the Great Mother. Okay? They always been riding together, and they always will. But I'm going to read this to you. This is Dria from Dria Talk on YouTube. I actually inboxed her a while back when I was trying to warn her about Rod Hayes. But even before that, I was trying to help her in her evolution and tell her how she could do certain things. But you know how some people are. They don't think you are who you really are when they perceive you to be a certain way, when you look a certain way, and they don't even realize they talking to God for real. You know what I mean? That's how cold it is, but it's all a test. Like I told you, this is all a test. All of it's a test. And certain individuals be straight up disrespecting the true and living God that they asked to come and help them. Okay? She always talks about how her teachers were the masculine principle, like Bobby Hemmett and people like that, Phil Valentine. And then she asked to learn certain things, and so my wife sent me the masculine principle, the Great Father God, to come and help her. And you know, she didn't like what I had to say. And now it's coming out that Rod Hayes is actually a predator. You know, he's everything that I said he was. After he pulled that stunt trying to say that free Larry Hoover shit was the gateway out. You know, 3 kings walking the land, when the whole time it's about this king, King Dasi, the Great Father God. And I'm telling you, they hate God. They hate God for real. They hate God. Like, they act like they ride for the Great Mother, but in reality, they don't, because they hate the Great Father. And they don't understand that the Great Mother's husband, which is the Great Father, is her equal, her counterpart. and there's nothing they can do about it. And they have to respect both of us and unite the king and queen together if they want to continue in creation. But like I said, like, she thinks like something's gonna happen with the masculine principle. I'm about to explain a whole bunch of stuff just from reading her posts. Okay, it says, I've been learning about bees lately. Did you know if they didn't exist, the planet will die? Yeah, we've known that. We've known that. Okay. Did you know male bees are drones and emerge from unfertilized eggs? Females emerge from fertilized eggs and become the workers and are the only ones with stingers and allowed in the beehive. All you have to do is watch and learn nature. Okay. But this goes to show you that you still need the masculine principle for there to be female bees. Okay? Because who's fertilizing the eggs? Who's fertilizing the eggs for them to become female, right? So that you can, have workers to protect the hive and be workers, right? The male bees have to fertilize the eggs for them to be more females, right? And when they're not fertilized, what do they produce? Males. The great mother produced more males, right? She's not producing females, she's producing males for a reason. Okay? It's a reason why the unfertilized eggs are males. Because that's what she wants. She wants the masculine principle. And then the masculine principle comes and makes more females because it's showing they need each other. See how because she acts like it's just the great mother when the great mother wants it to be her and the great father, and like it has always been. They say, oh, the great mother. Yes, it's time to put her back on her throne. But y'all missing the whole point. She's going on the throne with her husband, the great father. And they're too busy with these ideas it's just about the great mother, that they're missing the whole point, that it's about unification of the queendom and kingdom. And they turn their backs on the great father. So they're doing the same thing the patriarchy did to matriarchy. These false matriarchs are trying to get rid of the patriarch. Okay, let's go look in these comments. Look, somebody said, so they make Roundup to destroy billions. That's what happens when the patriarch decides to create inorganic beings mixed with animal and insect DNA, along with a little of ours experiment gone wrong. Okay. This person said, facts. There's a lot to learn about bees. They're very impressive. Yes, there's a lot. You got to look at both sides of it, because you can tell the context of this post was basically, it's all about just the queen, when no, it's about the king too. That's why the great mother and the great father, listen. Okay, let me tell you like this. This is why the great father came back in a woman's vessel. Okay? To show that the great mother and the great father need each other. They need to come together. They need to be united. That's why the great father came back in a feminine vessel. Just like in the beginning, before the chromosomes changed. Let's get into it. Fuck this. Let's go back. Let's go down here to what she said right here. Okay. The Y chromosome is slowly vanishing. And look who posted it. The sick ape, Rod Hayes. Okay. It's not vanishing, yo. Like, okay, let me tell y'all something. What if I've told y'all in earlier videos how the creation, like the story of creation, and how evolution happened the first time? How did men vessels come into creation, right? Let me explain this again, because I've explained this before. I see I'm gonna have to explain this to get. I see I'm gonna have to explain this again to the new folks or people like this who support her and think the same way that she thinks. Okay, because we're gonna get into it. And even on my first channel, that I had with those when I had thousands of subscribers on that first channel, we've already had this conversation. All right, when I was Dasi Kadasi, that channel that turned to All Y'all Done with the thousands of subscribers, we had this conversation years ago. Evolution, the first evolution happened, because remember, it was all females. Everything was in female form, everything, but the masculine principle still existed. The masculine principle was just inside of a feminine vessel, but it was still a man, and inside that vessel they still had penises. You know how I know? Because it's me, and it's me now. This is my original first physical vessel. I'm not talking about how I was in spirit when I was just the light. I'm talking about the dragon, when I was the light in the great red dragon. I'm talking about when I was when I was in my first physical vessel that looks exactly like the one I'm in right now. See, the great old ones, we came back in our very first vessels. We look like how we looked the very first time we incarnated in a physical vessel. And everybody's vessel was feminine. Everybody was feminine, even the men. They were in feminine vessels. They had penises and dicks still. It was just inside, right? Your dick was on the inside. You were the masculine principle, and then the feminine principle was still the feminine principle in a feminine vessel. But we chose to all have feminine vessels, no matter you were male or female. Like, the soul actually has a gender. People don't realize it. The soul has a gender. You're either the masculine principle or you're the feminine principle, right? And when evolution happened, which I asked for because I wanted my penis on the outside instead of the inside, that's when one of my exes, listen, I'm the masculine principle telling you this. This is when I wanted one of my exes to shift for this evolution, and it turned into a Y. And the Y is what brought the penis outward. It is when the male's wombs shifted outwardly and became testicles and a phallus, when it was originally a womb and ovaries. The male, the man, the great Father God has always been here. Y'all wouldn't exist if it was not. That's just a truth people don't want to accept. They're doing the same thing the patriarchy did. Instead of coming together and walking together and sitting next to each other and together as a family on the throne together as the great mother and great father, they want to put the great mother above the great father, like they put the great father above the great mother, when it was supposed to be balanced and we were supposed to sit together. This is why these motherfuckers aren't going to evolve. This is why I call them the false patriarchy and a false matriarchy, because they don't understand that you have to put the great mother and great father back on the throne together. Nobody is above the other. We sit next to each other and rule together. This is why they're not going to evolve, and they're not really talking to the great mother, because the great mother, they would have been heard the great mother, checked them and put them back into their place. And because they're spiritually deaf and spiritually blind, even though they see some things, they don't see and hear everything. The great mother sent me here in this position, being who I am as the great Father God, to tell you motherfuckers this shit. Because that's what you are. When you say fuck the great mother, you're a motherfucker. And when you deny the great father, you're saying fuck the great mother too. And she don't play about her husband at all. Just like I don't play about my wife. Y'all see what I've been doing to these motherfuckers disrespecting the great mother? Oh, I've been fucking people up left and right. Like taking them out the body. Putting them in the pit. Left and right. Left and right. Left and right. And she been doing the same thing for me. We work together. And if these motherfuckers don't get that, they are done. And it's too late, because I told you the time is up. They had enough time to show us if they could change or not, and they're showing us that they're going to do the same shit they did that caused the fall. They turned their backs on God. They either turned their back on the great father or they turned their back on the great mother, when the whole time you were supposed to put them back together, keep the family unit together. I can go in super deep on her right now. I could, but I'm not. I want to, but out of respect for the great mother, I'm not. I am not. I want to so bad, because I can go in. I'm a true reader and seer. I will go into your whole life, lady, and tell you why you married that man during retrograde. I will go into it deeply and shatter your whole world for disrespecting the great father continuously, and I'm not. Out of respect for the great mother, I will not do you like I did Isis Wisdom. I'ma just let you sit with that, because there's a lot that's finna come out about this, that's already slowly coming out within your relationship with you and your husband already, that you don't tell the public, and I'm not gonna do it. Y'all can live your lives in the shadows and learn your lessons like that. Y'all talk about shadow work. You haven't even begun to do it, especially if you get married during retrograde. You have no clue what you have done at all. But let's read this. For those who aren't scared to read, thanks, Rod Hayes, you molester, you woman molester. Okay? A lot of y'all, need a breakdown of genes and chromosomes. Do you know genes and chromosomes have nothing to do with the soul? That's why people are homophobic. They don't understand what's really going on in the LGBTQIA community. I told you there are healer stones, and it goes back even in Polynesian cultures and true indigenous cultures. Even in Africa, they have communities like the two-spirited community in Native American or indigenous cultures, and the two-spirited individuals are of the LGBTQIA community, and they hold certain ceremonies, and they're in charge of ceremonies, just like in Polynesian culture when they have the mahus that they call the healer stones. They are the promise sent by God wrapped in a rainbow to come and heal. That's why they're called the healer stones. The kapai mahu. The kapai mahu. The Mahus and Polynesian culture, I noticed, because I that's where I got rooted in Hawaii, because it's me. I keep telling y'all, we are healer stones. We are the crystal. That's why I love Thanos, because he holds the stones, and then when he did his snap, he took motherfuckers out of creation. And then when you watch Umbrella Academy, which I told you that series is about me, and Victor, who was Vanya, transitioned, and her number is 7, like me. And she's the reason for the apocalypse. She started the apocalypse with her violin. And who played the violin from grade school to high school? Me. Like I've showed y'all already. Okay, see, these people have no idea about chromosomes and what the masculine and feminine principle truly is. Yeah, I hope y'all know. This is it. It's over. This shit is over. The Y chromosome is not vanishing. It's about to evolve again, like it did when one of the X chromosomes became a Y, because the great father God wanted what? He wanted his penis on the outside instead of the inside. So one of the X's shifted into a Y, which brought the penis on the outside. But the great father God was always around in a feminine vessel until the shift happened, and a X chromosome turned into a Y, because that's what he wanted. Okay? These people have no idea what the fuck they talking about. This is why they piss off the great mother and great father. See, look, we are doing so much work, right? This is why I left YouTube, to finish my work. And I told y'all that, right? I told y'all when I left YouTube and why I left YouTube. Because I had to go do my work and turn on all the volcanoes and get ready for the apocalypse. Because my previous channel was all about the apocalypse coming, right? And I was sent to give y'all messages. Look at confirmation coming. I told y'all. Look at confirmation popping up at top. And Faith was on my first channel I had. And I told you I'll get notifications when Spirit wants to confirm what I'm saying. Because some people don't be believing me. Notifications like you just saw Faith's notification pop up and it had a check like for real, like confirmation check, and her name is Faith. Okay? She was one of my day ones. Ain't that something? But anyway, we had this conversation on my first channel years ago about the chromosome and how it came about, because a shift in evolution, an evolutionary shift happened because the great Father God wanted his penis on the outside instead of the inside. And right now my penis is on the inside again, and me and my wife we've created a child this lifetime. We have a daughter, 2 females, two feminine vessels. But like I pointed out with the bees, you still need masculine energy to create anything. It just comes disguised, or it appears to be one thing when it's really both. It's both. Just like every individual has their mom's genes and their dad's genes. They're 50-50 both their parents. They're 50-50 their dad and 50-50 their mom. Everybody on this planet is. But your soul is either masculine or feminine. And once you learn how to have sex with your soul, because let me tell you, the sex that they're all sex, not just a certain kind of sex, all sex on this realm that is not soul sex, all sex on this realm is low vibrational. If you're not having sex with your soul, you're having low vibrational sex. Do you know me and my wife don't even have to touch each other to have sex? Because our souls have sex with each other all the time. They make love with each other. I mean, real life love, to where you'll feel yourself ejaculate. You'll literally ejaculate when your physical body will ejaculate when your souls have sex, when they climax together. These people are so low vibrational, they haven't even learned how to have sex with their souls yet. Me and my wife created a baby without even physically having sex with each other. We just held each other and our souls made love. That's the immaculate conception. That's how we created Yeshua. People think that story fake. It's not. Jesus just not real. And I told you how Jesus came about. Jesus is the devil. Jesus was spirit cooked from Yeshua's energy, Heru's energy, and Osiris's energy. And they used it. They siphoned some of our energy, used a sigil called Caesar Borgia, and put that energy and called it Jesus. See, Yeshua really died. He was hung from a tree. He was beaten and hung from a tree. And his energy was used to put a Christ consciousness grid on the planet to keep the evil that was on this planet from leaving. That's why these motherfuckers can't leave this planet, because of the Christ consciousness grid that was put on this planet with Yeshua's energy. That's why Nipsey had to ascend onto the mothership so he could take it off so we could leave. And when that Christ consciousness grid first went on the planet, back when Yeshua was alive, when he was hung from the tree, when he was crucified, and his energy was used by us, the great mother and father, to seal off the planet, that's when this planet went into quarantine. Y'all ever heard about the quarantine that the planet was put in? Like this planet is in quarantine, cut off from the rest of the omniverse. And you notice how we went into quarantine right after Nipsey ascended? Because there's a correlation. The quarantine we went into when he ascended happened because his energy was used to put this planet into quarantine when he was crucified. So when he went up, he went to take the quarantine that we put the planet in. He went to go take the quarantine off so we could leave and ascend and go into the city of peace, the new heaven and new earth. So we could leave this place, because like I keep telling you, this planet is finna get a whole new body, and nobody's staying down here on this planet. Nobody. Because she needs a brand new body. Everything's contaminated. From the soil, to the trees, to the animals, to the humans. It's all cancerous. The water. It all has to go. It needs to be brand new. The planet don't even want nobody on here no more. She wants to heal alone with her lover. Yes, planets have lovers. Like I keep telling y'all. But I wanted to come on here and tell y'all this real quick, even though it turned a little longer than what I wanted to get into, because once I get to talking and showing y'all stuff, it gets a little lengthy, okay? But I wanted to show y'all this, because these people are the false matriarchs and false patriarchs. They're just like the doppelganger spirits and the counterfeit spirits. They're false. And they claim to be talking to the great mother and great father, and they're not, because they would know that the great mother wants to be united, which she is, with her husband, and sit on the throne together. She's not going above him, and he's not going above her. They're sitting right next to each other. And she does nothing without him, like I told her in one of her live streams, and she got mad at me and cussed me out and blocked me when I tried to came and tell her the truth, because like they be saying, y'all want to talk about the truth? Let's talk about the whole. Yeah, let's talk about the whole truth. Y'all evil as fuck, because y'all keep trying to separate the family unit in a sneaky way and cover it in big mama energy and great mother energy, and she hates the shit that y'all doing. She hates it. She can't wait to get rid of y'all. She can't wait. And let me speak on this real quick, because gravity does exist. It says, a very good friend of mine posed a question to me, and he said gravity doesn't exist. He said, if it did, how are birds and insects flying? I just pondered and said, analogy. No, they fly because of the vibration. It's the vibration and frequency that they tap into that makes them able to fly. Go jump off a motherfucking bridge and see if your low vibrational ass fly. I bet you sink, because gravity gonna grab your ass and put you right into the motherfucking hole that you belong in. Gravity exists, but if you tap into a certain high frequency, just like when you hear bugs flying, you hear their frequency, don't you? You hear their vibration, don't you? Because they tap into a frequency to fly. It's not about flapping wings. The wings flap because of the vibration and frequency. That's why they flap. It's an energetic thing. That's what you're not understanding. Gravity exists. If it didn't go jump off of something real high and see if your ass fly. See, birds and insects are way more intelligent than these dumb motherfuckers on this planet, because they don't have true knowledge. They just regurgitate shit that they learn from all these false teachers. Yeah, I can fly, and y'all finna see it real soon. If y'all haven't already seen me in the sky already. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm just put my face in the sky again at the beginning of this video, so motherfuckers come on here and try and tell me I ain't. But it's funny, because this motherfucker said, she said, oh, if a motherfucker show you something like what she said in one of her live streams, if they metamorph into something powerful or some magical mystical god, just take it with a grain of salt. See, because they can't do it. They not like us. They not true. And I'm telling you, these people are mad that the great Father God and the great Mother God, the true and living ones, the ones that is really in charge of destroying all this shit, the ones that called all of our galactic family here, the ones that are the head of the Galactic Federation of Light. Yes, we're the head of the Galactic Federation of Light that y'all say are your ancestors that y'all be communicating with. And we be laughing at y'all lying ass motherfuckers. Counting the days down to your demise, okay? That's what we been doing, because we gave y'all this time to evolve and y'all refuse to, and all y'all do is mock us, laugh at us, try and make up excuses for the greatness that we are, that we're showing you in real time. We showing y'all us in the sky in real time. We got pictures of our faces in the sky in real time. We got photos of us burning down shit in real time, blowing up shit in real time, flying in the sky in real time. We got pictures of that shit. And it's not y'all, because you motherfuckers cannot evolve. I'm not talking to my Truth One family that's still growing and learning and show that they have the ability to evolve. You just haven't learned how to do it yet. I'm talking to the ones that are showing they do not have the ability to evolve, which is why this whole test is going on right now, to give them time to show us if they can evolve or not. And they think they're the ones that are going to evolve. Ain't that the kicker? They're going to end up in the pit with Jesus, with the Jesus freaks that they make fun of. That's the kicker. That's the last laugh right there. So we going to continue walking around here, stumping around here on the great elephant and on our great dragons. We're going to continue to exemplify and prove who we are while they just talk shit and show that they don't really know nothing at all. They're posers, counterfeits, and fraudulent false matriarchs and patriarchs. Peace to the true ones and the true ones only. And so it is. Ashe. Got me fucked up all the way.